Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. Typically, I have my good friend, my good pal, Mr. Al Connickson, but he decided to go south. He is in the sun today, and I have a different guest here. I got a very special guest, Cam Kaiser, with me. How you doing today, Cam?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing really good. It's always good talking about the stock market every single week, and I know you've been doing a lot with the stock market. I want to get your insights on the market coming up here, but Online Trading Academy, the sponsor of the show, actually on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to get into markets. Now, when we talk about the markets, that's the financial markets, stock market, options, futures, Forex, cryptocurrency, whatever that flavor of the day is. Online Trading Academy has education and teaching skills and techniques on how to get in these markets safely, but also confidently. And Cam, we had another great week in the markets, another wild, wild week. Everybody was just waiting for the Fed fund rate on Wednesday, and wow, they're raising the rates, 50 basis points. And the market just skyrockets. I mean, I think the market on Wednesday went up. The Dow went up about 900 points roughly, and a lot of that was towards the end of the day.
Totally.
So it's almost counterintuitive to what they said and what's going on with the rates there. But you know what? It doesn't matter what we hear in the news, what we see in the news, what's going on. What comes down to in proper trading and investing is supply and demand. And with a lot of the earnings that's been happening this week, some of them good, some of them bad, it doesn't matter what happens there either. We just want to react to what the price chart is actually telling us. And Cam, before we get into kind of your background, I guess, do you have an insight on, what's going on in this market right now? What's some of the catalysts? What do you see maybe as an opportunity moving forward for our listeners?
Sure. My take on the market right now is that I think that the volatility that we're seeing both up and down is going to continue. I think that overall, I'm very bearish on these markets long term. I think that we're actually going to enter into a longer term bear market. But in the immediate period that we're seeing here, I think that there's going to be a lot of this volatility coming both to the upside and the downside. I think that these markets are going to continue to shoot up for certain periods and almost scam people into getting back into these markets, try to instill confidence that these markets are actually solvent and not unwinding.
Yeah.
And you got to think, you talk about supply and demand. Well, there are institutions out there that have huge amounts of equity in these markets, and they need to unload it.
Yeah,
And they want to unload it at a good price.
exactly.
And so they're going to try to get people back in these markets. That's just my personal take.
Yeah, it's crazy because everybody has different opinions on the market. I mean, you're bearish right now. Some people are bullish. When we talk about those terms, bearish means someone that think the market might be going down. Bullish would be people that are looking at the markets going up. But as you're talking about with just supply and demand, it doesn't matter because that's what doesn't lie. That's telling you what you should be doing. And it's all about high probability entry points in the market. So you're talking about in the short term, we could potentially see some markets going up a little bit. Longer term, you're thinking it might go down. So it's just positioning yourself based on the strategy that you're doing. Online Trading Academy has different strategies like different short-term income strategies, kind of what you're talking about there, but also those longer-term income strategies, what you're talking about with your long-term perspective. And you actually started at Online Trading Academy as a student, right?
Yeah, I totally did. I was actually trading prior to coming to Online Trading Academy and was doing okay, but not great. I think that honestly, I was getting lucky a lot of the time, and it was the point at which I decided to commit to a real education. It totally changed my mind and blew my mind how these markets actually work.
Yeah.
And from there, that's really where I really started to see improvement in my trading.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because it comes down to education, but it's not just the knowledge, right? Because there's so much knowledge out there. You got the University of YouTube, all these books that are, have dust on them, very old books, and those strategies are it's almost like they're non-existent. And the institutions know what the public is reading.
Sure.
And so that's why I like how you mentioned, having the education to build more confidence in your trading and investing. And just tell a little bit about, just real quick, about like, as far as your experience, as far as when you got started, and like some of the different ways or the different mindset that you have now compared to what you had before.
It's totally different. I mean, this is the beautiful thing about Online Trading Academy is that it covers all the aspects of what it takes to be a trader. There's this huge psychological aspect of trading that doesn't really get talked about as much, I'd say, in, like the YouTube space and things like that. But it's probably one of the more difficult things for people to manage. And then also just understanding, these principles of supply and demand and the way that the markets actually work. These are strategies that will last for forever. They are universal market principles.
Hmm.
And when you apply that to your trading, it becomes really powerful.
Yeah. And when you first got started, you started off like a lot of the people that come to Online Trading Academy. It's a free investing class. And in about 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, what did you get out of that free investing class when you got started?
That's what really sparked my interest because in that free investing class, I could tell that this was a place that was harbored by professionals, and there are a lot of professionals at Online Trading Academy that have this deep market experience, and it shows. In that free investing class, I learned a ton in just that little 2-hour session that I had never read in books or seen online before, and that's really what got me in the door to begin with.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's an investing class for people to get started in the markets. And the people that come to these and a lot of them are brand new to the markets. In your case, you had done some trading and looking for a boost. So we get all types of people that come to these investing classes. And Cam, it's the beginning of the show, and I do want to give away some tickets to this investing class that you're just describing there. For people to get started in these markets, we're seeing great volatility, great opportunities, but you got to get started. So right now, if you call in right now, so get your phones ready. I'm going to give a number here for you to call in. When you call in, you're going to receive two things. You're going to receive 2 tickets for an investing class locally right here in Bloomington. We also have locations here in Denver, Colorado, and Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in any of those locations, Denver, Bloomington, or Atlanta, call in right now for 2 tickets for a free investing class at a local academy of Online Trading Academy. Call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466. Also, we have a text line. So if you're a texter, you can text the word invest to the number 484848. So also, when you get set up for this class, you're going to receive some free stuff. We like to give away some free stock picks that comes along in a financial quick start kit. Coming up next, we're going to continue the discussion about the opportunities in the markets. We're going to talk about some income strategies that Wall Street uses that are available to us. Once again, for 2 tickets, text the word invest to the number 484848. This is Josh and Cam, Investing with Confidence. We'll be right back.